Good morning, OL2050, Section 1. This is Larry coming to you on Friday morning, September 22nd, and here in my office, University Park, Innovation Park. And I wanted to conclude our week 2 by, first of all, reviewing the discussion assignments that you've been working on and are still working on, and just wanted to say how much I appreciated the level of detail and really following the assignment directions, which I think gives a better learning result. So there's a really rich collection of ideas and approaches to working on your online instructor presence. So thank you for that. Some of you still need to do your peer responses, so I made a comment for you in the SpeedGrader app, but did not score the rubric yet. So once that happens, and the deadline for that is Sunday, I'll go ahead and do that. So the rest of this little video, I want to talk about the activity that's due on Sunday evening. It's the Module 2 discussion assignment. So what we're asking you to do is write 2 sample discussion questions. And the reason why I want to do this video is because in the past we've had so many people, both graduate students as well as faculty, not really get the point of this assignment, okay? So when we think about how courses are designed, right? And courses are designed with 3 things in alignment. It's the student learning outcome, or the objective. It's the assignments we give them to prove that they've learned, and it's the assessments that we create in order to communicate the level of learning, right? So student learning outcome, assignment, and assessment. So in a discussion question, if so often discussion questions and discussion forums exist online, I think because the people who write them don't really know what they're doing and they think they have to have a discussion. But when you look at some of the questions, the students are not asked to discuss, to exchange ideas. They're often asked to report on what they've learned and then have 2 peer responses, and all you really are left to do is say, hey, that's nice, or that was great, or good job on that. But there's no exchange of ideas. So if you're to design a course, or if you are to, in the future, teach a course that someone else has designed, look at those discussion questions and really ask, is the discussion the best way of getting to the student learning outcome? So what we've tried to do is in the instructions and in the directions, as well as the content in Module 2, we have really tried to sort of teach this point that the discussion is just one of many, many pedagogical tools you could use. It's a really good one if your learning outcome is to have students engage with each other, perhaps change each other's minds or inform each other's perspectives through the act of social communication and exchange, right? So we want you to come up with discussion questions that are really meant for students to discuss with each other and not just report on an opinion or report on something that they've had or give a verbal version of a written report. Okay, I'm probably going way over probably saying more than I need to say on that, but I just want to emphasize the point that these questions are really meant to achieve the learning outcomes that students gain from the act of interacting with each other. Okay. The other point that I wanted to make, and we've run into some trouble with this, particularly at the graduate level, is some people just sort of cop those questions from a textbook, or they get them from one of the courses that they have. First of all, just don't do that. That's, that gets you into this academic integrity issue that we would really rather avoid. This is a non-credit course, but it still comes up, and we just really don't, feel that that's actually a necessary thing for you to do. Create your own questions. Now, if you came across a couple of incredible discussion questions that were not yours, or maybe just one was not yours, okay, but you must give it appropriate attribution with a reference or, hang on a second, thanks. That was my phone. So make sure that you attribute it, but the preference is to come up with 2 original questions, okay? Things that will help your students reach the learning outcome of improved learning through interaction of ideas and opinions and changing perspectives and changing opinions. Okay, got that. The final thing that I want to do is, it's not too early to be thinking about week 3. Remember, there's only 5 weeks, and we're going to be starting week 3 on Monday. Go check out in week 3 module 2 things. One is when the video conferences are. We're offering 3. You only need to do 1. We have about 150 students involved in this Hang on a second. We have about 150 students in the program this fall, so you will probably be in a video conference with maybe 50 people or so. Who knows? So check out those 3 dates and make sure that you can attend one. If you cannot, for some absolutely legit reason, let Shauna and I know. The second thing is also in that particular situation. In Module 3, go ahead and start looking at the group project and get started on that. We're going to talk more about that during the video conference. But if the sooner you can get started on that with your group and make sure your group works together, that'll be great. The purpose, the student learning outcome of the group assignment is to give you, as a potential future teacher, the experience of doing group work online. As we know, it's not ideal, it's fraught with issues, but it's also, there's some great possibilities there. So we're giving you a simulated group experience, which actually has some academic value to it, but we want you to experience that. So get going on that as soon as you can and make sure those groups are together. And this, I'm really just echoing what Shauna said earlier in her video this week. Okay. That's going to be it. I'm way past my expiration date on the length of this. I hope you have a really great finish to your week, a great weekend. As always, contact us if you have any questions. Thanks for being such great students and hanging in there and doing such wonderful work. We'll see you soon. Okay, bye.